Hello students, this is your course on content marketing. In this video on different types of content formats, we are going to talk about case studies and use cases. So let's begin by discussing what case studies and use cases are and essentially how they are different from each other. A case study is a content that captures a real life complex scenario with intensive detail of stakeholders involved, history of situation, challenges faced by the customers, and solutions provided by the company. It often includes historic data as proof of value and validation, which means that a case study, in essence, is something that has already happened with a company, with a person. It is something of a proof of or a validation of value that the company that has made the case study is offering to its potential customers and showing them that how their product, how their services, how their solutions work for other companies in the past. By comparison, a use case is a hypothetical or possible scenario which represents how a customer can properly use the product or solution being sold by the company. Which means that a use case is something that has not yet happened. It's something that the company that has designed the product is visualizing that their product has, let's say, feature A, B, and C. And these features A, B, and C are fit to solve problem X, which their target customers may be facing. Now, their target customer, when they want to resolve problem X, how they can use features A, B, and C of the product is what is usually described in a use case. It often includes sequential steps that begin by defining a goal for a user. In this case, it can be called as fixing problem X and ending with achievement of that goal through company solution, which is the product having features A, B, and C. So you see the difference between case study and use cases, that case study has already happened, the product has proven its application and it has delivered its results to the customers, and therefore the company that is trying to use case study as a content marketing tool is basically developing this case study to prove that their product works. On the other hand, a use case was developed to explain to potential customers that how the product works. Now, technically, both the tools or both the types of content formats are using a scenario. Sometimes they have roles, they have actors cast into certain roles, and these are representing how a scenario plays out and then how the product fits into the solution, which is being sought by the actors or by the person who's playing the role. So, the idea here is that you are trying to educate, inform your potential customers by way of storytelling, and that story is nothing but a case. And you're trying to build in your marketing objective into that story. Now, case studies can look something like this, wherein you have the background given about the case, you have certain major statistics represented in an aesthetically appealing way, you have various people named in the case study who could be actual people that were part of your customer segment or that were part of the organizational customer that you handle. As you can see here at the bottom, Emily, who is VP of e-commerce toy crates, is named here, and that requires permissions to be taken from the customers. You can also see that the figures which are included, like $65 for a box, monthly subscription $22, 98 plus million impressions in 2 months, 130 plus increase in traffic. These are things which cannot be just randomly put there in a case study, and therefore it requires research, it requires study, and it requires actual data from the customers around whom you're building the case study. But that much effort means that case studies cannot be as prolific as a blog post. So maybe a company that is successfully publishing a blog every day may only be able to come up with case studies to the tune of a couple of case studies per month. But these are very potent tools, especially in the technical industries, and have a lot of convincing power when it comes to getting new customers or engaging existing customers also, and informing them of the varied value proposition that the company has to offer. As you can see, the structure of the document, which is used as a case study, is very clean, has minimal imagery, mostly to stress upon a data based fact and nothing else. On the other hand, you can also see designs which are more visually appealing. Sometimes case studies are wrapped up within a couple of pages itself, and therefore, companies are also known to promote their case studies on social media platforms in the form of posters, in the form of socially shareable documents, and therefore the content is limited but the message is clear, the message is highlighted, and they even encourage their reader base to share the case study with as many people as possible. For instance, the this particular case study is wrapped up in just 2 pages where there is an overview, a background of the case, then what is the approach that the company used to solve the challenge mentioned in the overview, and then clear cut results mentioned in bold black lettering or over white background just before the conclusion. So once again, it's very good usage of the poster style drawing and or poster style layout for making a content which is very data rich, which is technical, which is not for everyone, but when it is presented to the right target audience, it can have very high impact. On the other hand, a use case becomes even more technical, and this is usually for a customer who's new to the company, who is just learning to use the products, and who may have invested in the brand but is not really clear how the product really fits into their situation. So, this is mostly used in internal marketing and support sales document kind of a content. Therefore, it is not really highlighted in most of the content marketing campaigns. As you can see here, there is a diagram also which is used to explain better how a particular solution is working. Bank customer, cashier, maintenance person, these are various roles that are identified to play out the scenario to explain the use case. And in this case, you can also say that bank is the organization that is the buyer here. So, if you compare, case study has more of a front end application than use cases. But then, once you have acquired customers or once you're going through the process of acquiring customers, use cases can support a lot of your claims and simplify the process of explaining how your product works to your customers. Therefore, this is a very specific type of technical content which content marketers can also use in their campaigns. So that's about using case studies and use cases as types of content in a content marketing campaign or strategy. Next up, we'll talk about customer testimonials and how they can be used as a valuable format. Until then, thank you.